What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we're going to take a look at a brand new set that has been introduced in the TU22 PTS. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Right, okay, so this is the set that I am talking about, the Virtuoso set, which sounds like a coffee from your local coffee shop. Two-piece gives you 15% weapon handling and magazine size, because weapon handling seems to be being dished out for free nowadays. We have got three-piece for 15% weapon damage, and then we've got Symphony as the four-piece bonus. Killing an enemy further than 30 meters will provide a 30% weapon damage to shotguns, SMGs and pistols, 15% weapon damage to assault rifles and LMGs, and 25% bonus armor. So all of a sudden it sounds pretty good, right? I'm getting 15% weapon damage here, I'm getting a 15% magazine buff here. And then I'm just going to use an assault rifle. I'm going to get another 15% weapon damage here. So just by using the set, you're like, all right, I'm on 30% extra weapon damage. What else can it do? Killing an enemy within 30 meters will provide 30% weapon damage to marksman rifles and rifles. 30 meters is a long way, especially in some levels as well, by the way. And then 15% weapon damage to assault rifles and LMGs. And 30% extra headshot damage. So you're like, oh, wow. Okay, at this point then, if I'm within that range, which is if I'm using an assault rifle, I always am, I'm getting 15% weapon damage and 30% headshot damage. So all right, this is wild. So the chest talent as well doubles the weapon damage of Symphony. So Symphony is the talent that we've just been talking about. So hang on, wowzers, now I'm getting 30% weapon damage to my assault rifle. I'm just going to use an assault rifle with this set, and 60% hang on, I'm not getting any headshot damage, just the weapon damage gets buffed. So like, all right, this is cool. And I can use this with any gun. I can use this with LMGs and assault rifles if I want to, or marksman rifles and rifles, and still play within range. Now what it's talking about though is with that fourth set bonus is you can do two things. So if I switch this guy off, and what I've done, I'm using an eagle burner for this test so that we're not affected by any gun talents or anything like that. So I'm going to kill this guy here. As you can see, I'm going to turn it down because that's really loud. And you can see I've got one stack at the bottom that's kind of ticking away. So now I've got another bit of time to get another stack by killing something that's over 30 meters. So I want another stack there. So I got 3 stacks now, and I'm going to kill him all the way down there. And now you see I've got 4 stacks. So everything's doubled now at this point. And I do some okay damage, right? You can see I've got some okay damage. So that hit for like what, 1.2 million. But how, during a mission, how often is this going to happen that you're going to be able to go back and forth within these ranges? We can make it a bit more realistic. So it's over 30 meters. So there it is. So you got to kill something that far away, then this far away. And what you notice, we can refresh it by doing that. But we go back a step because we did it in the wrong order. And then all of a sudden, wow, we've got the buff again. And now we're doing 1.2 to the head, which is probably around a mil to armored enemies. So all of a sudden, it's a lot of faff. So what about if I just play up close like this? Well, if I play just up close like this with the set, I'm hitting for around headshot 880k crit. So what, you're talking probably close to 7, about 100k less with an armored hit. So all of a sudden, it's not looking that attractive. Because the rarity of you being able to get that done in order, especially in some missions where the area is not that big, I just don't ever see that it's really going to happen. And I know the theme of this kind of upcoming season is going to be range, but this is going to be in the game forever. This is a set that they're adding to the game, not just for the upcoming theme, but for the rest of the game being for the rest of it is. So you can see here, there we go again, and boom, we got the double bonus, and yeah, we get it. So every now and again that bonus is gonna just perk in, and you might pay a bit more attention to the way you kill enemies, but we can't refresh it, and we start again now, and that's kind of it. And I can keep killing this guy, and if I do it wrong again, kill another one outside of the range, we got a negative effect. Why we get a negative effect is beyond me. That seems fairly unreasonable. But I just don't see that we're doing that much damage, I've not got no survivability built in this either. I'm having to go all red to kind of get that damage. And we've got a lot of builds out there already, you know, all high end even, you know, never mind gear sets and heartbreaker strikers and things like that, that will produce more damage than this without the faff, you know. And if you're wondering why I'm not wearing the backpack, I didn't really see any need in running the backpack because it reduced the need from 4 to 3. So, you know, all right, we only have to go 1, 2, 3. It's still too much of a faff, right? I think for us to keep that damage up, and the fact that if you go wrong in between, you lose stacks, like, it seems incredibly wild. And now you might argue the point that, all right, don't use it with an assault rifle, use it with a marksman rifle, or, you know, or a regular rifle. And all right, yeah, okay, but you've still got that faff of going back and forth 3 times if you use the backpack, and you can just run a headhunter build. You can run aces on, you know, if you really want to. You can run hot shot. You've just got so much more constant damage options. I don't see why you would ever run this. It falls short massively with damage, and it's the PTS, so this is feedback, and it's the same feedback that I have give. So just to show, let's just do this one more time, right? So you can see the I'm hitting for 880k to the head, right? This is a health one. So let's give it the damage, you know, let's get the damage bonus. So there we go. And to the head now for 10 seconds, I'm going to hit for 1.2 million to the head, right? But for only 10 seconds before we fall back to, you know, 880k, was it? Yeah, 880k. All right, whatever. So let's just prepare. Here's one I prepared earlier, and we'll switch to strikers, right? So this strikers build that's in the PTS right now actually doesn't have a nerf in it. The backpack nerf isn't in the PTS, even though it reads as it is. It's still giving you 1%. So let's just pew for a bit. So we're gonna have to make this invulnerable now, because otherwise we're gonna kill things too quick, and we need the same level of target. This is invulnerable. So just running strikers now. So just at what, 25%, 30% striker stacks, I'm now getting the same damage, and I have got a long way to go with strikers before I'm hitting over 1 mil. You know, and let's say the nerf comes in, even if it's 50% of my strikers stacks, not running the chest, this is just so much easier. No faff, no having to worry about the order I'm killing things. I don't know, maybe you guys are going to tell me I'm completely wrong in the comments, you know, and I know I'm only using it with an assault rifle, but it's still the same faff. You know, there's so many other sets in the game where we can, whether rifles, assault rifles, marksman rifles, or whatever, where we can produce really big numbers, and, so, you know, even building survivability and beat the numbers that set was getting, and only giving it us for 10 seconds after having to go through all that rigmarole to get to that damage bonus. So yeah, for me, it's a bit of an L. I just don't think that this is worthwhile running. You build any survivability on this, and it's going to feel like you are running a spud gun, you know, and running around and shooting marshmallows or whatever at the bad guys, you know. So, and you know, I am tapped out here, you know. Okay, I've got a crit chance mod and a crit damage mod the wrong way around, but essentially that gives it a bit more of an advantage, right? That means it was showing you slightly higher crits than what it would have been in a real world scenario. So the crits actually should have been 12% less, whereas yeah, with this one I was more on point. So, you know, yeah, even worse than what I originally thought. So I put that through as my feedback. That set, it needs a significant buff before it comes to the game, or it's for me it's DOA, right? It's dead on arrival. And the way that they probably could do this either is they're gonna have to hike these weapon damage numbers significantly, or they're gonna have to make it multiplicative damage. Now they'd have to be very, very careful with it being multiplicative damage, because, you know, of these bonuses here for marksmen and rifles. Essentially, it being a multi-use set makes this really, really hard to balance, and I guess that's why at the moment it's low. But yeah, it needs a significant buff from where it is now. You know, only having 10 seconds, the switching of, you know, between the ranges. I think, yeah, it needs, I would take the range part of it. I know that's the theme of the season, but I would take it out altogether. I would take out the range altogether. If you're going to give us lower damage because you take out that tactic for the set, then fine. You know, you've made an all-round set that gives us more opportunity to slide it in with other pieces. But yeah, at the moment, it's fundamentally flawed because it doesn't give enough damage. It doesn't work for any of the weapon archetypes, and the range part of it just makes it an absolute faff. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Maybe someone else has run this a different way and come up with some big things, but everywhere I ran it, it just came out in failure. So that's going to be it for the video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.